So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo niggas gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the out one of you Uncle Tom ass niggas for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first?
He performed.
Snoop is just really hilarious.
Snoop Dogg is funny,
He's doing all these things.
Snoop Dogg just got hit with a warning shot. And not from the cops or some rapper beef, but straight from Katt Williams himself. Yeah, that Katt Williams, the man who never bites his tongue for anyone. This time, he's putting Snoop on blast, accusing him of selling out. Or, as Katt calls it, turning into a political dog.
Your career down the road. People might not want to book you in Texas or Arizona or California.
Sir. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Let's let that.
Katt didn't pull any punches either. He said, "No, sir, your career down the road. People might not even want to book you in Texas, Arizona, or California. And wouldn't that be something?" You could feel the burn behind every word. When Katt drops a warning, it's never for clout. It's conviction. He doesn't chase attention. He drops truth bombs when it matters. And according to him, Snoop's playing a dangerous game. One where loyalty, power, and truth rarely walk hand in hand. Lately, Katt's been tearing through Hollywood, calling out every hypocrite in sight, from Steve Harvey to Cedric to D.L. Hughley. Nobody's safe. But when he mentioned Snoop Dogg, the whole room froze. Why? Because Snoop isn't just a rapper. He's a symbol. A legend who climbed from gangsta rap to global icon, from Death Row Records to daytime TV, from the block to the White House.
Just want to say this real quick, not on the political shit. All you people for the federal government that not getting paid right now, ain't no fucking way in the world y'all can vote for Donald Trump when he come back up again. If y'all do vote for him, y'all some stupid motherfuckers.
Was inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States of America. Snoop Dogg performed at the Crypto Ball. Now, Snoop Dogg, he got the backlash because people are like, wait, this isn't the same Snoop from 2016 who had so much to say about the artist performance.
And don't forget when Snoop once said, "I don't do politics." All you folks in the federal government not getting paid right now, ain't no way y'all should be voting for Trump. That was the old Snoop, the one who spoke for the people. But Katt's message cut deep. He's saying this ain't that same Snoop anymore. Somewhere along the road, the dog stopped keeping it real and started getting real friendly with power.
Yeah. Get your life right. Stop worrying about mine. I'm cool. I'm together. Still a black man. Still 100% black.
This ain't the same Snoop who used to roll with Pac and stare down death row without flinching. This ain't the Snoop who dropped Doggy Dog World and made the streets proud. This is the Snoop who's chillin' with Martha Stewart, starring in insurance and pet food commercials, rubbing shoulders with politicians and CEOs. To Katt Williams, that ain't growth, that's betrayal.
Well, of course, Snoop has responded to the backlash he received for performing for a Trump event. One of the things he pointed out was that we always stick together. We're good at tearing each other apart, which is pretty constant. It's pretty consistent when somebody gets into trouble. It takes backlash from the community. It's always a communal thing. It isn't any action they took. It is the fact that we can't stay together, that we can't stick together, that it's us always attacking us. But that flies in the face of the reality of what's happening right now. It is not us who are tearing down affirmative action. It is not us who is tearing down DEI. It is not us who are tearing families apart. It is not us who have decided that affirmative action and rollbacks that have been that had precedent for 50, 60 years are gone. It is not us that is doing it. It is, I think most people are disappointed because they saw you a specific way and you have a right to kind of interpret and do whatever artistically you want to. No one's begrudging you that. But why the attack on the community because they disagree with something you did?
Now, don't get it twisted. Katt's never disrespected Snoop's legacy. He said it himself. Snoop opened doors, turned gangsta culture into mainstream power, and made success look effortless. But in Katt's eyes, somewhere along the way, Snoop lost what made him legendary. That raw edge, that street voice, that fearless man who stood against the system, not beside it. And in a world where truth-tellers are disappearing, Katt's not letting that slide. He's calling it exactly how he sees it. Loud, bold, and unfiltered. So, where did all this tension even start? Let's rewind. Back in the early 2000s, Snoop Dogg was untouchable. He survived the death row madness, built his own empire, and earned his spot as one of hip-hop's most respected OGs. He was everybody's big homie, Jay-Z, Ice Cube, you name it. Hip-hop's uncle. But then things started to shift. Snoop began showing up at political events, defending certain celebs while staying silent about others. He started backing brands, politicians, and causes fans said didn't line up with his realness. And that's when Katt Williams saw the red flag. Because as Katt always says, when they can't control you, they cancel you. And when they can't cancel you, they recruit you. Katt truly believes Snoop got recruited. The tension really boiled when Katt noticed how quiet Snoop stayed during key moments in hip-hop. When artists were getting blackballed, Snoop stayed neutral. When people started exposing the industry's dark secrets, Snoop played peacemaker. And when the talk turned to exploitation, he stayed silent.
Snoop is just really hilarious.
Snoop Dogg is funny,
He's doing all these things.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo niggas gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the out one of you Uncle Tom ass niggas for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first?
But the moment Hollywood threw a party, Snoop was right there in the spotlight. To Katt, that looked less like loyalty to the people and more like a man protecting his position. So when Katt said, "I'm sending Snoop his last warning, stop being a political dog," that wasn't just talk. It was a direct challenge to someone he once respected. Let's break down what Katt really meant. In his world, there are only two kinds of dogs, the street dog and the political dog. The street dog? Loyal, hungry, fearless, raw, unpredictable, and real. The political dog? Trained, polished, obedient. Katt swears Snoop used to be that first kind, wild and untamed. But now, he's acting like the second, a man trained to protect the system, not the streets. And honestly, it's hard to deny there's truth in that. Snoop's on TV more than he's in the studio these days. Cooking shows instead of community shows, selling brands instead of messages. Now Katt's not hating on success. He's just questioning what kind of growth it is. He's asking straight up, did Snoop grow as a man or just as a brand? Here's the thing, Katt Williams doesn't care about fame. He's never chased Hollywood's approval. He's been arrested, blackballed, banned, mocked, and still never shut up. That's exactly why people trust him. Because Katt doesn't owe Hollywood a thing. And he's not afraid to lose everything for speaking truth. What really scares him is when people stop telling that truth. And here's where it gets deep. There's history between these two. They both rose around the same era, different lanes, but the same coast. Two West Coast legends, both loved and respected by the streets. Snoop always showed Katt love back in the day. They shared radio shows, comedy sets, interviews, all that in the early 2000s. But over time, that vibe changed. Katt started feeling something was off. Snoop began defending the same Hollywood players Katt was calling out. When Katt dropped names like Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, and Cedric the Entertainer, Snoop stayed silent. Even worse, he was smiling in pictures with those same folks, like nothing ever happened. That's when Katt drew the line in the sand. He said, "You can't be for the people and still shake hands with the puppeteers." And everybody knew that shot was aimed straight at Snoop. Let's be honest, this ain't the first time people accused Snoop of switching sides. Back in the death row days, he was ride or die for the streets. But after Tupac's death, everything changed. Snoop distanced himself from Suge Knight and started building new alliances. And that one move still got folks questioning where his loyalty really lies. After Death Row, Snoop went to No Limit, then turned full corporate, and finally, straight to Hollywood. He's reinvented himself more times than any rapper alive. And that's exactly why he's still standing strong. But that's also why some people stopped trusting him. See, Katt ain't attacking Snoop's success. He's questioning his soul. He's basically saying, you used to lead us. Now you follow them. And while Snoop hasn't clapped back directly, the internet sure has. And it's split right down the middle. Half the people say Katt's just hating, jealous, bitter, mad at anyone who made it to the top. They say Snoop's just doing what a smart businessman does, evolving, adapting, surviving. But the other half? They say Katt's the only one brave enough to say what everyone's been whispering. That Snoop's been playing both sides for years. Preaching real while living corporate. Talking loyalty while moving with whoever cuts the biggest check. And maybe both sides got a point, because this isn't just about Katt and Snoop. It's about what happens when fame and authenticity collide. Snoop represents survival, the man who made it out and stayed relevant. Katt represents rebellion, the one who refuses to bow down, even if it costs him everything. It's two worlds clashing. Play the game or expose it. And right now, Katt's making it clear he thinks Snoop's gone too deep in that game to ever come back clean. So the real question is, what exactly is Katt warning him about? When Katt Williams said last warning, it hit like thunder. It sounded like something big is coming. Some fans believe he's warning Snoop about karma, the price you pay when you trade your purpose for politics. Others think he's warning him about playing both sides, cause sooner or later, both sides turn on you. And some folks say Katt's just tired of watching the legends he grew up admiring turn into puppets for power. Katt once said, "The moment you stop talking for the people stop talking for you." And that's exactly what he's telling Snoop. No matter how rich, famous, or iconic you get, if the streets stop feeling you, then you've already lost. That's why this warning cuts so deep, because it's personal. Katt's not just talking to Snoop, he's talking to every entertainer who forgot where they came from. He's saying, don't let them turn you into something you're not. Because once you lose your voice, they don't need you anymore. That's the real message buried under all the smoke and drama. Now don't get twisted. Snoop's career is legendary. He's been everything. Gangsta, icon, businessman, peacemaker, actor, mogul. And he earned every bit of it. But with every move he makes, one question keeps getting louder. Has Snoop gotten too comfortable? Too polished? Too political? Because the same Snoop Dogg who once said, "F the system," is now sitting with the system. And that's the part Katt just can't respect. Still, no matter how messy this gets, nobody can erase what Snoop's done for the culture. He helped build West Coast hip-hop from the ground up. He mentored artists, created jobs, gave back to the community. He's one of the few who truly aged gracefully. No scandals, no breakdowns, no burnouts. But maybe that's the problem. In a world that feeds off chaos, being calm starts to look suspicious. And Katt Williams? He's pure chaos. Loud, raw, unpredictable. So when Katt sees Snoop's calm, he doesn't see peace, he sees compliance. And that's why this story feels far from over. Katt's never been the type to whisper warnings. When he says, last warning, he means it. If Snoop even hints at a response, you can bet Katt's coming back 10 times harder. This ain't just talk. It's a clash between truth and tolerance, between the rebel and the ruler. Two legends who took different roads to the same spotlight. Katt represents the people, raw, unfiltered, fearless. Snoop represents the dream, the man who made it out and built an empire. Both started real, both changed the game, but one refuses to play it. And in Katt's eyes, that's the difference. So what happens next? Maybe nothing, maybe everything. Because in this industry, silence speaks louder than words. And if Snoop stays quiet after this, it won't mean peace. It'll mean power's still running the show. This is Buzz and Drama, where we uncover what really goes down behind the glitz. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. Do you think Katt's right? Did Snoop sell out to the system? Or is Katt just tired of fighting a war no one else will? One thing's for sure. When Katt Williams says, "This is your last warning," you better believe he means it.